profession. As his condition improved, all his friends told him he should go back to the stage, but he said he knew he didn't belong there anymore. He had found he was happier just playing the piano at home. He was still doing what he loved, but he had changed the context to suit his own needs. I realized I needed to do the same. I tried to step out from behind my desk and open the door to my heart as well as my office. Now I literally have my desk against the wall, so my patient and I are in position to face each other as equals. I want to see my patient with no obstacle between us instead of relating as expert to failure. I began encouraging my patients to call me by my first name. In the beginning, it was quite scary to be just Bernie, not Dr. Siegel, to meet others as a person, not a label. It meant I had to like myself and deserve respect for what I did rather than what I'd learned in school. It's a simple yet effective way to break down the barrier between doctor and patient. Moving my desk and working on a first-name basis were only symptoms of a larger change. I committed the physician's cardinal sin. I got involved with my patients. For the first time, I began to understand fully what it's like to live with cancer, knowing the fear that it may be spreading even while you talk to your doctor, do the dishes, play with the kids, work, sleep, or make love. How hard it is to keep one's integrity as a human being with this knowledge. I no longer shielded myself emotionally from the scenes of sadness I had to witness each day. First, I began hugging patients, figuring they needed my reassurance. Later, I found I was saying, I need to hug you so that I could go on. And even if they were on respirators, my patients reached out to help me with a touch or a kiss, and my guilt, fatigue, and despair evaporated. They were saving me. In the face of such courage, time and again I wished I could do something to ease the passage. I began to feel that my profession's methods of attempting to prolong life and cure disease, among the noblest goals of our civilization, were sometimes crueler than the way of the wild, where serious illness is quickly relieved by death. The elderly often wonder why they have lived so long, only to suffer such protracted misery and humiliation. I feel we should be able to do more to help a person let go and end life easily when the value of each day is gone. I am talking about natural means of letting go, which are available to us all when death is not considered a failure. The need for compassion to balance our medical heroism never struck me more forcibly than during the death of Stephen, one of my partner's friends. After a massive heart attack, he was strapped to a bed with tubes in every orifice. The damage was so great that a no resuscitation order was issued. He was weeping in pain and fear, but no one would authorize any painkillers, afraid that the drugs would hasten the inevitable and look like euthanasia. Finally, my partner himself had to intercede, even though his friend was someone else's patient. He administered a shot of Nembutal. With the drug, Stephen was able to relax and leave his body peacefully. He breathed a thank you and slipped quietly away in 5 minutes. How can we say we're prolonging life when a person has become no more than a valve between the intravenous fluids going in and the urine coming out? All we're prolonging is dying. The word hospital comes from the Latin for guest, but seldom is the institution truly hospitable. Little attention is given to caring or healing as opposed to medicating. I've often wondered why designers couldn't at least make the ceilings pretty, since patients have to spend so much time staring at them. There's a TV in every room, but what music, what creative, meditative, or humorous video is available to help establish a healing environment? What freedom is given patients to maintain their identity? While someone is in the hospital, the staff members become part of that person's family, for they see a patient more often and more intimately than anyone else. We must face that responsibility by offering the kind of loving support that we expect the family to provide. They can't do the whole job in a few hours of visiting time. A guide appears. In June 1978, my practice of medicine changed as a result of an unexpected experience I had at a teaching seminar. Oncologist O. Carl Simonton and psychologist Stephanie Matthews gave a workshop, Psychological Factors, Stress, and Cancer. When I looked around during the first workshop session, I was amazed and angered to find that I was the only body doctor there out of 75 participants. Those attending were mostly social workers, patients, and psychologists. I became even angrier when many of the participants told me they already knew about these techniques because the things I was learning hadn't even been hinted at in my medical education. Here I was, an MD, a medical deity, and I didn't know what went on in the head at all. I thought about the health records of doctors.